and today is day 8 of our 40 days challenge. Wow, 1 week is gone, and I'm sure that you have seen differences, a big difference. Remember, in the first day, when I told you to take a spiritual picture of yourself, meaning, how was your spiritual life before? And now I ask again, how is your spiritual life after 1 week of putting into practice, putting the Bible, putting Bible teachings into practice? And funnily enough, I don't remember not even one day here during these days reading the Bible to you. Every day I was talking about the Bible, but I didn't need to read the Bible, because the Bible has to be here and here. You cannot be that person who knows the Bible from front to back. You boast that you have read your Bible so many times, but you don't live it. I prefer someone who says like this: I have not read the whole Bible, but she lives what she knows, than someone who have read the whole Bible but doesn't live anything, didn't get anything out of it. And the Bible is life. The Bible is a book that I love to read. And every time I read something in the Bible, after a while, when I read it again, it's a complete different meaning. And you know, sometimes depending of situations that I'm going through in my life, the Bible speaks to me a different language. And it's so beautiful. It's so amazing. It's not just a book. For me, if I would believe that there is magic in this world, I would tell you that the only magic that I believe that exists is the Bible, because it's like amazing every time. It's it fills me, it helps me. And why am I speaking this today? Because I want you to understand that for you to be beautiful, for you to have power to overcome, for you to have the strength, for you to know the way, you need to meditate on the Bible. It's a need. Perhaps you say like this: but Nanda, sometimes I open my Bible and I don't understand. But it doesn't matter. What you have to do, you have to learn how to read. You have to learn how to read. You don't read the Bible like you read another book. You don't read the Bible like you read um, anything else. Each and every verse have a meaning, is different, and you need to understand that. When you are reading, you have to understand this. Each and everything has a different meaning each and every time. You see, every time we have campaigns of Israel and we bring to you a spirit, the word has spirit, it has life. I don't know if you know what I mean. The word has life. And every time we bring to you a different life, a different way of seeing things. And because many times God shows us this different way as well. Many times God shows us the different way of viewing things, and it's so amazing. It's like a new world is being opened before your eyes. So don't be, deceived. Don't be lazy about reading and meditating on your Bible. Start doing that. every day. You don't need to read loads of it. Read a verse. Read a verse. Start small. Read a verse, and throughout your day, you keep on asking, my God, what is it that you want to speak to me with this verse? What is it for me to understand? What is there for me to understand? Sometimes I read a verse and I stay with that verse sometimes for a week. It's like always come to mind, always coming to mind. There was another day I had a verse. I read a verse and it was like, oh my God, what do you want to speak to me about that? What is it? And it's so amazing. And then, let me tell you, after a few days, I was speaking to someone. And as I was speaking to that person and I was trying to help her, to make her understand something, the verse came to my mind. And immediately I used the verse to explain, and she was, ah, and I was, ah. Now I understand why that verse was with me all the time. Because there was a time I would need to use that verse. I would need to relate and remember that verse so I could help someone. And it's so amazing. So sometimes you might not understand, but there'll come a time where the Holy Spirit is going to bring to light. He's going to show you. He's going to show you what it is. And the more you read, the more you start understanding, the more you start changing yourself. You know, reading the Bible, through reading the Bible many times, God can speak to you. God can point out things about you that you need to change, that perhaps people have been trying for so long to show you and you don't want to see. But through the reading of your Bible, through the meditating, God speaks directly to you. And I'm going to tell you something. It's very good when we go to church and there is a revelation, the pastors preach something, and you feel like this, wow, it's true what the pastor is saying. This is so amazing. And it's a word that changes your life because you put into practice and you change. But even more amazing is when you are having your time with God and you are there meditating and He speaks directly. He shows you directly. It is so amazing. It's so good. It's like, it's a moment that you will never forget. And it can happen all the time. It cannot, it's not only something that will happen once a time. It can happen all the time. And when is a revelation that God gives straight to you, is so amazing. Because there is no middleman. There is no God spoke to him and he spoke to me and then I understood. No, it's like I was reading the Bible and wow, God showed me this. For me, is the best of all. I love all the time any kinds of revelations that God brings to us. I love all of them, but the more precious one is when He comes directly, when He comes to you directly. For me, is the most precious moment. It's the best one. And when you read your Bible, go, what do I do when I read my Bible? I read a verse. I read the verse. I don't like to read the whole chapter. Of course, there are times there is a story and it's kind of hard for you to read just a verse because it's not going to make sense. But many times I take that verse, the main verse on that chapter, or usually one verse in the chapter. Maybe it's not the main one, but it's a verse. And I go to the verb. I find the verb which is the most important word in that, and I analyze. I make sure that I understand. I go into the dictionary and I find, if there is a word that I don't understand, I find the understanding of that word, and I try to bring that thing into my life. I try to put that thing into my life. And I see, okay, how can I put this here? How can I apply this to me? Can I? There are situations where, sometimes I do like this and I am. So, what it means? It means that you need to think. You need to think. Sometimes the word and the teachings and the lessons are not like jumping. It's like a treasure that you have to go and search, that you have to go and find. It's like a treasure hunt, the Bible. That's what it is. And it's fun and it's amazing. Fun because it's so good. You feel so, my God, I found it. This is the fun part. And then comes the tough part, the part where you have to apply into your life. Look around. Look where is lacking something. Am I doing like this? Am I acting like this woman? Am I doing this way? For example, when you read, I cannot talk much now, it's almost finishing. When you read there, let's say, about the wife of Lot, you read in there that everything happened, that the angels came and said that the city was going to be destroyed, and then hurry up everyone, hurry up. And then when they were going, his wife stays behind, but the angels tell her, don't look behind. The angels tell everybody, don't look behind. And then she looks behind and turns into a statue of salt. How do you do this? How do you see if this applies to your life? It is not just a story. It's like, my God, why did she look behind? Why? I am a woman. If I'm in her way, in her position, would I obey the angel, or would I be curious to look behind, to see what is happening to the people, to see what? So I'm full of curiosity. I'm very curious. Sometimes I'm curious to find out what's happening there in the life of that person, and then I'm curious. I want to know what happened here, what happened there. You see, I keep on being curious. I shouldn't be like that. So I'm just giving an example. I didn't even plan to give the example, but you see, I'm already finding something in myself. Am I being curious? So it's a new way. It's every time renews itself, and it's so amazing. When you find the way of reading your Bible, you will see that is an amazing world, new world for you. And this is what I would like to ask you today. It's not a task for today. It's not a task for this week. It's a task for forever, that you meditate on your Bible, that you have a special time. Perhaps you don't need to be reading. Perhaps you say, but I'm so busy. Usually the first hours of the day symbolizes the first fruits of our lives. And reading your Bible, even if it's a verse that you will read and you go to your work and have that verse on your mind. You are driving, you have the verse, and you talk to God, you pray about it. You there on the bus, on the train, wherever you are thinking about that. Let's put this into practice, and you're gonna see, you're gonna change much more than you have changed up to today. You are gonna change much more. Have a time, if possible, give the first fruits of your day to God. Give Him the first fruit of your day with your reading of the Bible. Well, we'll be staying here for today, but we will be back tomorrow again. Bye-bye.